that about? Is it time?
It is. All right. Call the meeting to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call. Let it be known that all directors are here. Approval of the agenda. Mr. Bartz.
Yes, I would like to remove item number 5 from the agenda tonight.
All right. May I have a motion? Everybody approves?
I motion, go ahead.
I move the agenda.
I second.
Okay, we have a first and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Agenda is approved. Public comment, Ms. Ward.
There are no members of the general public present on Zoom or in person, but we do have some community reports, it looks like.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, let's go with fire first, just in case, especially they were here first. I get to move it around. In just in case they gotta go.
Mic on. Good evening. My name is Travis Aguirre. I'm a captain here at the Fire Station 10 here in Phelan. I've been a captain there for approximately about 3 to 4 years, serving our good community. Wanted to talk about a couple things, some of the community involvement that we've recently taken part in. We held a blood drive, which was extremely successful. We've had probably one of the highest grossing blood drives within Livestream over the past few years. So I wanted to send a big thank you and acknowledgement to the community for stepping up and coming out to support that great event. It's a big deal and a big success. We also took part and participated in some of the recent Christmas festivities, and we were thankful for being able to be a part of those as well. With us coming into the colder time of year, I wanted to bring up a couple of things for the citizens. We saw some pretty substantial downpour yesterday, a lot of rainfall. Don't forget that we have sandbags that are available to the community. Want to ensure that they understand that, they know that they can come by anytime during normal business hours. Typically that's when we're usually available. But we have those available for all the community. Second, want to do kind of a PSA and remind everybody about their smoke detectors and CO monitors. A lot of times we're going into these homes throughout the community and we're hearing that chirp. I know some are pretty familiar with it, but that's telling you that your battery's getting low. We recommend that you change out the batteries at time change every year. So you're doing it about twice a year, every 6 months. So, and then with your CO monitors, one of the things that you want to remember is that carbon monoxide is typically heavier, or it is heavier than air, and so it's going to sit lower when it is basically expelled into your home. So having a CO monitor lower to the ground is where we recommend doing it. A lot of times you have the ones that are available to actually plug into your electrical outlets, and that's about the height that we would say is a good height. You figure if you're sleeping in bed, that carbon monoxide is going to fill up your home at the lowest level. It'll start to rise, and typically your outlets are lower than where your bed height is, so it should alert you prior to it actually getting to you. Third, one of the things that we're noticing now with the cooler months is your heaters and your fireplaces, right? Everybody's kicking those on, getting those going. Don't forget your heaters after not being on for the majority of the year. You're going to have that kind of like burning smell. A lot of times it's going to be dust. If it's something that lasts longer than about 5 minutes, then you could always call us out to have it checked out. But that is a normal thing that's going to occur. With that, we have some of our citizens who are utilizing improper heating devices. They're bringing in their outdoor propane heaters. And we definitely want to discourage that. That will not that will not heat your home effectively, and it's actually hazardous to your health. So we want to encourage you to use your heater and your fireplaces when available. Lastly, I wanted to go ahead and touch on some recent fires that we've had. We've been experiencing a increase in the number of grow house fires, and one of the things that I want to communicate with you is that, if you see something, say something. Let's be good community members. Let's use that 1-800-78-CRIME if you have any sort of suspicion of the potential grow houses in your area. So with that, anything else that I can answer, or?
Oh, no questions? No,
All
but
right.
thank you for
All right.
Toys for Tots for Sunday.
Oh,
It was
absolutely.
good.
Our pleasure.
And for delivering Santa?
Of course, we love doing that every year.
Yes.
So,
Really appreciate it.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll move on with more community reports. Mr. Holman?
Good evening to all of you. Gosh, I apologize for not being here. Maybe it's been, oh gosh, I'm sorry. No problem. Red's good? Okay, test. There we go. Yeah, good evening. Thank you for having me. I'll try to be quick here so you can move along with your meeting, but it's a pleasure to be with all of you. My apologies for not being with you recently. I think I've missed both October and November's times. We've had board meetings on those days. You see they've been widely attended, and really the focus was on resolutions that were developed right by Snowline. Those areas of within the resolution were built around a couple things I'd love to talk about. Really 4 areas: the local control, parent choice around vaccinations, and then certainly getting timelines, which I'll focus on a little bit more in depth, from Governor Newsom. We might think back to October 1st when he put out his plan relative to required vaccinations for students and staff members. Now, to date, he and those up in Sacramento have not put forth anything in writing, but last week he did indicate that January 1st date that could have been, right, as a vaccination, as that mandate to be implemented, is in effect off the table. It looks like it's going to be not until the next school year. What that means is, for Snowline, that we would be as is right now until August of 2022. I think that's really important to share right here and with all of the families, because whether, to me, this is not a discussion from me, at least, relative to whether or not that vaccination mandate should be in place. And by the way, that order is not in place yet. But I think the key is making certain that all of our families know what they need to do come January 1st, right? Come January 4th is when our new semester starts. So I want to make certain you know that that's the latest from up in Sacramento. We've shared that information. We do it in video form as well as in written form and out on social media. So I just would love for you to all pass that along. We have new mask guidelines in place now to know that we don't make the rules in Snowline, as I say so often. We follow them. And so those will be implemented up through January 15th. You might be aware of that. And that's in all indoor settings. Outdoor settings, of course, it's optional. We've had vaccination clinics. We continue to bring them. We continue to bring them to the community. We had one up at Wrightwood Elementary School over the last 4 weeks, and successful. And when I say vaccination, both flu as well as COVID-19 for kids 5 years and up. And again, parent choice, optional. I want to make that really clear. I'm of the belief that we've been under-resourced over the years that I've been here for 35, counting my school years, and so we just appreciate any time that the county can reach, I would say, partner with us to ensure that we get those resources to the community so they can make choices and not have to drive. I'd also want to share with you the idea that it's been a real pleasure to have some of the guidelines loosened so that we can celebrate our kids. And I hope that you've been able to see some of that, whether it be out on the gridiron where Serrano High School won, won a CIF championship, and they were the Division 8 champions, and then more semifinalists in the state level, on the sports level. You think about our other extracurriculars, we think Matt Fell, who's our band director up at Serrano High School, not to mention Johnny Dolan, of course. Just some great things happening in that regard. We were so sad about the weather. It was mentioned yesterday. We made the decision to have to cancel our senior citizen event. We will make that up. We see that maybe being a ring in the new year type of event there. We apologize for that. but it was certainly windy, and we didn't want to be quite honest, we didn't want to jeopardize anyone's safety. So we'll make that piece up. But these are just some examples of what we're trying to do, all the while being mindful of this environment we're in. And so I thank all of you all in there with just the utmost respect for what you're doing. You've been nothing but really great partners to us. We appreciate that greatly. Know that we want to be the same. And so while sometimes I'll get calls from you and we try to really respond, please continue to do that. Because if anything, this is the time when we need to link arms together and ensure that we do so for our kids. That's what we're endeavoring to do. So certainly I'll answer any questions. I can give you data too, if you'd like, in terms of the impact of COVID-19. Just let me know. But I'll turn it back over to you, to President Hoffman there.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. I
Oh,
appreciate
thanks so
it.
very much. I appreciate you having me,
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
Thanks.
Do any other directors have any questions? No? Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ryan. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank
Keep it up.
You too. all of you.
Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
That's another great event there, right? I think we're talking about some angels and some trees, and together it'd be angel tree,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Saturday.
We're gonna need custodial support.
Yeah, I've done that before. I'll
know
do
you
that
have.
again.
Bring your dad.
That's a whole other story.
Okay, you can tell me later. All right. Sounds good, thank you. Okay, and we also have a new rep that I saved for the very end, who I will allow to come up and introduce himself and his new position.
Hi, my name is Hayden Bartz, and I'm a representative of Congressman Jay Obernolte in the 8th District of California. So if anybody has any questions or concerns, please point them my way. Happy to represent you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Anybody have any questions? Oh, come on, we gotta throw something at him.
Congratulations.
You know this guy?
I might have met him once or twice.
Yeah, probably.
He's done several DNA tests.
I'm not gonna ask anything about that.
Okay. All right, we're gonna move on then to consent items. Does anybody have any items they would like to pull?
Oh, I have questions about the minutes, yeah.
Okay.
We can discuss it or we can pull
Thanks,
it, I don't
guys.
care.
Go ahead and we can do it now if you'd wish.
Well, under where it says roll call, it says all but President Hoffman were present at roll call. Sorry, you were here. Wasn't you here for the whole meeting?
Last meeting? Yeah.
No,
Well,
she's
it's,
absent.
But she needs to be removed from the top, it's just an easy fix.
I wasn't here last meeting? Is that the one I missed?
That's the one I
Yes, we
did.
missed, yeah.
You missed one, I don't remember.
Yeah, she was absent December 1st.
Okay.
Well, but
I know I was
then-
absent one of them, I don't remember which one.
Okay, then I have a further question.
last
Then,
one?
under approval of agenda, it was approved 5-0. How can that be?
It just needs to be
She
corrected.
wasn't here.
Yeah.
I think I was here last meeting, it was the meeting before that.
Oh, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Let me verify and we can bring them back.
You'll fix
I
it.
mean, you know what, fix it, please. That's all I'm asking. Otherwise, everything's
You're right, I
fine.
think it was 2 meetings.
Yeah.
It was 2 meetings
Because
ago.
Miranda
you-
took her test, that was two times,
Right,
two,
yeah.
yeah.
I didn't imagine.
Well, I'm glad somebody remembers.
Well, but that statement's not.
Okay.
That's true, that was probably left.
So, anyway,
Okay, so we,
with that, I'm fine.
okay, so we will have that fixed, and then, so then do I have a motion?
I'll move the item.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. There are no items removed from the consent, correct? Nope. 5, we're done. Okay, so we're going to go to 6. Discussion and possible action regarding the election of officers. Mr. Bartz.
Thank you, President Hoffman. Each year, a president and vice president are chosen at the second meeting in December per Resolution 2020-13, Section 5102.02. And I can go through, but this is where we're at tonight. And the item for the agenda is for the board to elect a board president and vice president for 2022.
Thank you. Okay, well, with that being opened up, I guess I can just open it up for nominations. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then I would nominate Rebecca for board president for 2022.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Moving
You'll
over
do
one
just
chair.
fine.
That's frightening.
You'll do just
You'll do
fine.
great.
Okay, so then we have a board president, and then now we're going to vice president. So do I have a motion for a vice president, please?
I would like to nominate Deborah Phillips for vice president.
Okay, do I have any other nominations? Then, do I have a motion?
No, I just think that,
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to say that's the one thing that the board has done for the last, 12, 14 years is trying to get every board member to be president at least once. And so trying to rotate it through, I think, is a positive thing.
Yeah, I would agree. Everybody gets to see the other side. Okay, then I had a motion, right? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, okay. And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, it passes. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, then we will move on to 6B, discussion and possible action regarding committee assignments. Mr. Wertz.
Thank you, President Hoffman, or, thank you, Board Member Hoffman. Former
Hey,
President.
my time's not up yet.
Former, yeah, you still got the meeting.
She's
for
still
tonight.
got it.
Almost caught me there for a minute. Per the district's policy, a review of the board's committees shall be conducted annually. This review is customarily conducted at the first meeting in January. However, it is necessary to schedule special meetings in January for committees. Therefore, staff recommends the board president to appoint the district committees for 2022 at this time.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I guess I can open it up. I can make a recommendation, but do I make my recommendation and then? Let me clarify something. Rebecca has said that she would just as soon go ahead and go further with this tonight and have them set. Is that correct?
Yes,
And you're
thank
ready
you.
for
Sorry, say that again?
To go ahead and make the nominations for the committees and to go ahead and do it tonight, how sometimes it has been done in January. But given what Mr. Bartz just read as well, that we have things coming up in the beginning of January. We chose to do that, make the nominations tonight. In my, I don't know, I can't say president, wherever I'm board member right now.
You're still the
You're still the president.
Okay.
President
Till the
till
end of the meeting.
January.
You're still the chief.
Okay, so, being board president, I would like to recommend that there are no changes to the committees. However, it's always up for discussion, so I could open that up for discussion if anybody has anything that they would like to change or move, or
I'm happy
Add
where
there.
I'm at.
Deborah?
I'm happy where I'm at. Very happy. Very pleasant.
Okay, thank you, great.
Yeah, I agree. I'm good where I'm at. I'm just starting to learn a lot about the, solid waste and recycling committee and would like to continue on with that for right now. And of course, Parks is where my heart's at, so.
Yep. Okay, Mr. Roberts.
I have no issues. I just wanted to discuss with Charlie real quickly the Antelope Valley adjudication. You saw the emails. I saw you responded. I believe our last attempt to do something in that is now with the 3-judge panel.
Right.
And so I don't know
Well, that would
whether
be in the
that...
committee reports later on.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm not sure whether that committee will need to go forward. What do you
Well, I
think?
think we can discuss it after we get the ruling
Oh.
from the judges, I would think.
Okay.
When you think that's appropriate?
In January then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well-
That's fine. Or March. I just wanted to bring it up. It could be anywhere between 1 and 3 months. It could be up to 90 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we can,
I think that would be appropriate to wait till.
that's fine. Then I have
I'm not,
nothing.
Then
I'm
you
not
can make a
holding my
decision.
breath for the decision.
No, no, you know,
Then we can
That's
make
fine.
any changes. I mean, the
Then-
board president can make any changes.
then there,
for you
yeah,
guys
then
to
we would make
recommend.
changes later.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to discuss it with him.
Okay,
That's fine,
all right. Then Mark, you're okay, and Charlie, we'll move to you.
that's fine.
No, I meant about all of it.
It's fine,
Oh, sorry.
sorry.
I didn't
I wasn't-
understand
I
which
wasn't-
which part was fine. Okay, well, within that being said, I said remaining committees will all remain the same for the year of 2022.
I do have a comment, and it's not related to membership on the committees, but the roles and responsibilities on some of the committees need to change because many of them say that these tasks are monthly tasks. And since we've gone to quarterly meetings for all but the engineering committee, I think we need to have those changed to quarterly.
I thought we had said we were going to change those.
Well, but they're not. I'm just looking at them.
Yeah, they're going to go to the committees at the very first meetings,
Okay.
and
Well,
we'll make sure they're updated.
And then we can change it.
That's an obvious change, I mean.
Okay, so then, that will be corrected.
So these are coming back to the committees in January, and we can
Change.
go over them.
Okay. All right, perfect. All right, other questions regarding all of that? So then we will move on to, where are we at? C?
6C.
Update, see, people still have to help me after a year. Thanks, Mark.
No problem. That's why we're here.
I know, thank you, I appreciate that. Update on proposed Civic Center and Phelan Park expansion projects. Mr. Bartz.
I'm going to pass this to George. Do you have any updates? It's kind of a slow time right now. The process is moving forward.
Yeah, there's not much an update for the Civic Center project. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Other than a traffic control study is being reviewed, comments from the county, the engineer, CEQA, they're addressing those comments. We're going to begin discussion of the monument sign and the flagpole in front of our facility here real soon, with the consultant as well with the architects. With that, nothing much to add. All the plans are still in for plan check. It's a little slow right now, but that's as expected.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for that.
Ask a question.
Yes, sorry.
Is there any timeline guesstimates on anything, or is it just up to the county at this point?
We have a feeling that probably in the next couple of months we'll have approved plans through the county. There are a couple pending items that the electrical, the transformer, that's kind of holding us up. That's more of an Edison holdup than it is with the consultants that we're working with. But that's going to be part of the construction project, is the Edison portion of that. But there's talk about maybe in the next couple of months we'll have something.
Okay.
Yes, Don.
Yeah, also we have the park grant. We were not successful in getting the park grant. We do have the per capita grant, which was, I believe, $170,000 approximately, which goes back to the purchase of the additional property that we bought a year or so ago. But we were not successful, but we are pursuing additional grant opportunities.
Thank you. Yes, Charlie.
Well, to say that I'm disappointed is grossly an understatement. And I'm sure all of us feel the same way. I'm not the only one in this room that feels that way. But I am really, really stunned and surprised. That may be redundant. But I'm surprised that all of the cities in the Victor Valley received money from this grant, but we didn't receive anything. And so that just makes the fact that we didn't get the grant even more painful. So is it true, Ms. Ward, or maybe somebody else knows, that our consultant KTUA was instrumental in helping somebody with one of the other grants? Is that true or not?
Yes, I believe KTUA was working on Hesperia's grant.
And that's fine. I'm not criticizing that. I'm just just a clarification. So by way of understanding sort of a after event analysis, I want to know why. For a number of reasons. I don't understand how Hesperia, which has a full park and rec community district, Victorville, they all have park departments and all that. We are clearly underserved. I mean, I don't know how anybody could look at this community and say that we're fully served for the 25 or 26,000 people that live in our towns. So that is just puzzling to me. So that's one thing. It just grates on me that everybody else got money, we didn't even get a dime. So now the second part of my concern is, what do we need to do going forward for the next grant? What did we miss that we have to get for the next grant? Because that's a looking forward kind of thing. So whether the consultant has any insight to that or not, I don't know. I mean, they already told us that we were going to lose points because we were not a brand-new park.
Right.
I remember that. But, I mean, come on. You've got to be kidding me. We have less than 5 acres of park in this community, and we're trying to put in almost 20 more, and we get denied. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So I would like to have someone explain to us what we did that wasn't enough, and what we can do for the future so we do get the next grant. Because this is the second large park grant that we've lost. The other one was back in early district times, back in when we were looking for a $5 million grant from before. So what is it about our community that, and by the way, that grant went to all places in the inner city, which again was stunning to me.
I know.
I don't understand.
Well, and I wish they could give us a direct, and I'm sure Mr. Bartz can give us some
Yeah,
more insight
so,
and info.
So that's, I'm
on
gonna
that.
stop my rant and go on and say, we need to understand why we failed and what we did wrong and what we can do for the future.
Yeah, what we can change, right?
Yeah, staff has a suggestion of inviting KTUA to the next board meeting to talk about this. We'll have an agenda item.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sure there's specific things, as you said, it's not a new park, it's an existing park in addition, and a number of other things, potentially with the census data, but they could probably give us a good rundown if we'd like to agendize that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Absolutely.
Get
That
a
would,
comparison between the Hesperian and here. And obviously, incorporated and unincorporated is a big thing, but I don't know.
well, and that's a really good point. I don't know if there's any validity in the fact that can we do a comparison between these other cities, Victorville, Apple Valley, Adelanto, and Hesperia, the park district. How do those grants, how do their grant applications compare to ours, and where did we fall short?
Yeah. And they might be able to answer some of those, or,
I mean, to me,
Or-
that's just it's just.
oh, yeah, we all agree.
Sorry
Yeah,
for
I
my
agree.
dramatic point here, but. it's-
Well, we'll look forward to seeing what they have to say next month. Okay. Any other questions or concerns? Okay. We'll move on to D, update of the status of negotiations with Sheep Creek Water. Mr. Bartz?
Yeah, the process is still moving forward. We should know something by the end of the year, sometime in January, on what they're going to fund as part of the project. We've thrown everything, including the kitchen sink, into that. Recently, we've added the equipment of theirs that does not meet the standards for the Mojave AQMD, for the diesel output, the tiers of the motors and everything. So we've tried to add additional things into there. We've had some success. We believe we did talk to them also about some funding opportunities for projects for this district as part of the consolidation, which could be zero interest loans and some grant funding for projects that are associated with the consolidation. So we're going to be working on that and see if we can get some additional funding in addition to what they're going to allocate for the consolidation.
Okay, thanks. All right. Okay.
Just a clarification. It seems to me, and it's one of 5 here, it seems to me that the single most important element is whether or not there's going to be money available for the water rights to pay for the shares. What's your best guess on that?
Well, I think for this project to be a success, that is the number one item.
That's the only-
We've stated that from day one with the state. The state is working on that. There have been appraisals done, a lot of discussion back and forth, trying to educate the people at DFA, the finance at the state, on the water rights issue and the ramp down with the different Mojave Water Agency, what's happening with LA County, and their pre-14 rights. So we believe they're as educated as they can be at this point, and we will know sooner than later, but that is probably I think the most important part of this.
Sure, yeah, my goodness.
So you said you think we'll have an answer by by January or something?
I believe, they said by the end of the year, so I'm thinking that means January.
That's how you calendarize those things.
January of which year?
That's all right.
Yeah, January of which year? End of which year?
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, then we're going to move on to 7 for committee reports, sorry.
Engineering is in the pack. I think that's the only one that met. It's the only one that's in here.
Yeah.
We just basically, it's winter mode, and we went over the operations that the water is done as far as tank cleanouts and things like that. So, and winterizing, and that's about it. Questions?
Waste and solid waste met as well.
Okay. And financing, legislative, fine. Parks. You want to talk about your tree lighting?
My tree lighting. Not my tree lighting,
Our
our
tree
tree
lighting.
There we
lighting.
go.
But I'm so happy to see that tree.
You orchestrated it.
It was an amazing turnout. Steve said that we ran out of hot chocolate. I think we had 100. He said we could have had 200 easy.
Yeah.
So thankful that the fire department was there and that they brought Santa and that they participated. Really did have a really good turnout, considering that there was a football game going on at the same time.
Yeah.
So very, very
Well,
happy.
people left here and went directly over.
Probably, yeah,
know.
yeah.
They
They
were
were
telling me.
hopped up on hot cocoa and then they went to the game. But yeah, the kids really enjoyed Santa and his little house, and the tree looked amazing. And our newly appointed mayor made a great speech and got everybody very excited. So yeah, it
good.
was awesome. Looking
was very
forward to
good.
making it bigger and better next year.
Perfect, thank you. It was.
May I make a comment? I am really pleased that this was truly, by any comparison I can think of, really a strong community event. The CSD obviously hosted it and provided the chocolate and all that. The Phelan Chamber of Commerce, was really the lead on lighting the tree, and having Mr. Anton here was awesome. And we had the Pinon Hills Chamber there represented because Santa Claus was there. So this was an opportunity that I honestly can't remember. I'd have to sit down and think about it, when we've had all 3 of these organizations work together. And I just want to say for the record, that was an extraordinarily positive thing, and I just hope that we can do more things like that in the future.
Agreed.
We all agree. It's good. It's very good. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to 8, staff and general managers report. Mr. Bartz.
I have nothing more to report tonight.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to directors' reports. Deborah?
Rebecca and myself went down to see CR&R's facilities down in Paris. Was totally amazed about what they can do down there. They're actually making a product that's a replacement to coal. That is quite interesting, because I know the coal issue is a big issue. To see that our waste is going to becoming something that will in turn become electricity and other things is just awesome. And the natural gas system, how there things that we rely on for water here with the SCADA system, things like that, they rely on making for sure all the gases in the system are correct and that all the digesters are being fed properly. It was quite amazing system they run down there. If you guys ever get a chance, I highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah, that day was a little crazy. You couldn't make it down there that day. Well, good. Well, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Rebecca?
Yeah, pretty much just the same thing. Want to piggyback on that. Very, very interesting, awesome tour. Great bunch of people. Would love to see us be able to, get to something like that up here eventually. Just the fact that they make their own natural gas that powers all their trucks is just incredible. I mean,
Very cool.
there's hardly any waste involved, so it's, really awesome.
Maybe one day.
One day, Soylent Green will be doing it.
I know.
Isn't that the goal of our deal with
Yep,
Circle Green?
It's very simple.
Yeah, okay.
we're getting there. Charlie?
Is this director's report?
Yes.
Oh, I just had a question, I guess, on a previous agenda item. I'm sorry, I took a nap for a second there. But on page 67, it talks about the community fill station. I noticed that the amount of water, sold dropped off rather dramatically. I'm wondering if there's a principal cause for that. Was it our sheriff's MET program, or was it just because it's cold?
I think it's a combination of the two. Definitely the grows are being reduced and the time of year. They wouldn't need to water the grows as much or any of their landscaping that might be
They've got
doing.
anything left.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just wondered. It was a rather dramatic drop off.
Yeah, in response to that, I had done some calculations on water consumption, and the 4 months listed, 2021-22 was less than 2020-21.
That's right.
So,
I noticed that, yeah.
Mr. Roberts?
I don't have anything.
That was it.
That was the
Your
big.
calculations were good. And I have nothing other to report than just thanking you all for helping me all year long. You guys are the ones that got me through this.
You did amazing.
Now it's all you, babe.
You did amazing, Pat. Thank you for doing it.
Thank you, thank you. Correspondence, Ms. Ward?
Nothing other than what is in the packet.
Okay. Anybody have anything else that they
I just
to
wanted
add?
to ask, excuse me, just want to ask one. Have we had any response whatsoever to the rate structure change?
No.
That's actually a good thing.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah, no news is good news.
Yeah, really.
I do want to point out, though, we have been receiving lots of frozen pipe calls. So just a reminder, open up your cabinets at night. And we do have an insert in this month's bills about protecting your pipes from freezing.
Turn a faucet on.
Yeah.
A small
Works
drip.
wonders.
Drip.
Amazing thing.
Oh, yeah, then we'll get notices from the petitioner, right, we're wasting water.
And then
Drip
collect
it in
that
the
water
sink,
for
one
your
drip.
But if you
plant.
have no other choice, get
I
some
know,
UV.
but they still measure that.
Yeah, but
Well, it saves you some money, though, in the long run. Okay, 11, are there any prior action
There were none?
and no current?
There are none.
Okay.
Well, just to put some stuff on the agenda.
Correct.
Yes.
K2A will get them out here in January.
Okay, then we set the next meeting for January 6th.
Well, I had asked a couple meetings ago about staff bringing
yeah.
a possible expansion of the district boundaries to the board to review.
Yes, let me update my manager's report.
I was gonna say,
We had conversations with the LAFCO yesterday, and we're going to be, staff is going to be putting together some maps, looking at areas that we think the annexation, where the expansion should be, not only the sphere, but the annexation of those properties, and we will be bringing that back to the board for discussion.
Thank you.
you have any estimate of when?
January,
Oh, Jane,
yeah.
I guess that's the next agenda.
Okay, well, there we go. So that was added on for that. Does anybody else have anything they want to add on for the agenda? Or none? Got yours covered, Mark?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Out of ideas.
Until next year.
It's Christmas.
There you go. Okay, with nothing, no further business, then we are adjourned at 6:39. Thanks, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all.